Great. We played a really tough and talented volleyball team last night, and I was proud of our guys. They were resilient and they grinded out a really tough match. And a lot of credit just goes to our tenacity last night, and we were really excited to have an opportunity to play for a national championship tomorrow. And as we look forward, Loyal is a tough team. They've got a lot of weapons, especially their pins, their antennas are covered with some guys who can put up some big numbers. So we've got our work cut out tomorrow, but we're really excited to be here and have an opportunity to play for a national championship.
Open it up now. When you have a friend who's from your area comes here to Loyola, what do you think of that? What did you think at the time?
Are you talking about Peter?
Yeah.
I don't know, it was weird because he came over with Matt Meyer, who used to be one of the setters, and after he went, he sort of paved the way for a lot more West Coast guys, because after him, I think like 3 or 4 more guys came over. So at first, I thought like he should stay on the West Coast because he's a Manhattan Beach kid, he loves the weather. But then once in the last couple of years, Loyola Chicago's team has just been going up and up, so I think he made a good decision in the end.
What do you think conversely when a guy like, let's say, Conrad comes and plays with you guys? Or any of the other people from the Midwest who go out west, and then vice versa. I mean, there seems to be just a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, no, I think it's good for the sport in general, just because it's expanding. But it's just always fun to have the new experience, because with people like Conrad or Danny Falls or Daniel Tublin, they just bring a different aspect to the game that we're just not used to, and the little quirks and stuff that are pretty fun to experience.
Stephen Grant Vinny Lopes here from Off the Block. You were able to see the atmosphere of the Loyola match last night. Just ask, how much has the experience of playing at BYU helped you prepare for what you're going to experience Saturday playing in front of 4,000 screaming hostile fans?
Yeah, definitely. The experience at BYU definitely helped with just what we kind of went through last night and what we're looking forward to going through tomorrow night, just because there's a lot of people cheering against you, but we kind of play a little trick where we frame it so they're cheering for us. So play a little mind trick, and it prepares you for just the loud energy. And it's also just a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of people are there to watch us play, watch us compete. It's a great atmosphere, and that's definitely where we want to be.
John, if I can stick with the geography thing. I mean, you must, as an observer, see your sport growing and changing a lot, becoming less West Coast centric, and see what's happening here in the Midwest. There's got to be mixed opinions or emotions for it. Part of it means, the competition gets better here, but then as a person who wants to see the sport grow. Can you expand on that?
One way to put it is I've grown up in this league and watched the expansion. I watched Pacific go through its full cycle of coming into our league and now disbanding, which was a huge disappointment for us, our travel partner. But it's really exciting. There are so many boys playing volleyball at a high level in this country, and I'm encouraged that across the country, every program is just getting better and better, and we're putting more resources into each program. And the more resources that go into a program, the better they have to recruit and to bring more talent to their campus, and the student body's behind us too. It's a fun, exciting sport that I see a huge amount of growth potential for us, and I'm really looking forward to see what the next 10 years brings as more Division II and Division I programs are added.
I mean, obviously you want to win tomorrow, but you have to be happy for what's happening here in Loyola, the fact that they're here and they're in the final.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of 2010. I'm hoping the outcome doesn't come out that way, but they went through the same process we did. They had to make a decision: do we want to play for a national championship in front of our home crowd, and is that going to put pressure on us, or and do we have the maturity to deal with it? And in 2010, it was an overwhelming yes, and I'm sure at Loyola Chicago it was an overwhelming yes also. And so, everything's gone right for them this season, and we understand we have a tough road ahead of us. but we're also a very confident and talented team, so it should be a really good battle on Saturday.
Coach, this is going to be the first time since 2012 that you're going to play Loyola. How does preparation for a team that you haven't faced all season change or compared to playing a team in your conference that you see, 2-3 times a season?
It's similar to what we go through in January. We don't get to see a lot of our competition. We'll play a couple of them in the fall, but we won't see a lot of our competition, especially Hawaii, BYU, and we just go straight off of tape. And so they're used to watching a lot of tape, and they can understand the pace of the game and where they're hitting the ball and everything. So preparation is going to be the same. Is it the same as being on the court? No. That's why we stayed and watched a little bit of the match last night, just to get the feel of the atmosphere and the pace of the game and how they play at the net. Just those little intangibles you can't pick up from the videotape.
Yeah. And Stephen, just have to ask, as a player coming off that exciting victory, how was it tough for you to focus at all on watching that Loyola or Penn State match?
Definitely, yeah. I couldn't really tell you any plays that we watched, just because the excitement and adrenaline hadn't worn off, and we were all trying to focus on the next game. And we watched them, and we basically saw what Kossi was talking about. They're very balanced, but I wouldn't be able to tell you right now like any tendencies or anything that I would have picked up on last night.
And Grant, have to ask, you had 19 digs, in the match last night, but I think it took till minute 15 of a news conference for your name to come up. Are you okay being kind of this unsung hero on the team? Have you embraced that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I see my role as being just somebody who brings a ton of energy, pumps up the guys who get to hit the ball, and just doing my job in the backcourt. So yeah, absolutely. I love my role.
Even though you are the first person I've ever seen wear knee pads to his But I
just came from
you had a great set on the. It was around 12 points when Shaw made the great dig on the first ball, and you had the great set. So there you go. But just because no one fitted to make sure. Yeah. So normally it's not a fair question because you're young and strong, but I mean this is really grind time. This is a lot of matches in a few days, and you guys have to be tired. I don't care whether you say no or not, but you have to be in it. What are you doing for recovery? And John, if you want to jump in there too, like what have you done for recovery for these guys?
A lot. We carbo loaded with some great Chicago deep dish pizza last night, and then the hotel is kind enough to fill up bathtubs of ice, and all the guys ice bath last night, and today is just a lot of recovery stuff, a lot of we've got a lot of tools of the trade. We have our sports performance strength coach here, and also our athletic trainer, and that's the main reason we brought him, is to make sure we're recovered and we have fresh legs for tomorrow.
And this is going to be 5 matches in 11 days. Does that sound right?
I think this is just our 11th day of the road trip, and we've got four matches under our belt.
So it'll be 5
on the road,
5 and 12.
Yeah.
Coach, just to ask you, I saw that, before yesterday's match, you were spending time with your family. Your family's here. How good has it been for you not only make this run, but to make this run with your family present, watching?
Our team is a family. Our parents are involved in our program, and that's what we've built. It's a big family that we have, and it's incredible that my family, my kids are here. They were here in 2010 when we won, and it brings that atmosphere of we're all together, and we're in this together, and not one person is going to win or lose this match for us. We're going to compete as a team. We just had a great practice, a lot of energy, a lot of great volleyball on the floor, and we're ready to go.
They're yours, right?
Yes, those are mine.
Those guys are calmer and better behaved than you guys.